Accusations that a student volunteer sexually abused kindergartners he worked with raises the question, how did it happen?
And could the school prevent it from happening again? Our I-9 investigation we aired last night uncovered details of the allegations against 15-year-old Logan McMurran in the Marion School District. He's awaiting trial on 3 counts of sexual abuse. Court documents claim McMurran abused 3 kindergartners at Starry Elementary School over a period of months. All of it in class during the school day, while McMurran volunteered as a classroom helper. School district leaders have refused to say much about the incident, citing Iowa law. KCRG TV9's investigative reporter Josh Scheinblum dug into those laws to see what parents and schools should be able to know and what the district has done to prevent another abuse.
When I interviewed Marion Independent School District Superintendent Chris Dyer, he was adamant student volunteers were looked into before allegations of sexual abuse had ever surfaced. Specifically, he referred to a procedure and told me part of it was outlined in a district handbook. Through an open records request, I-9 was able to obtain the pertinent sections of that document, and it makes no mention of any vetting procedure. All it says is that students who take part in their volunteering opportunities must, quote, have excellent attendance and character, end quote.
I think that people would like to know if their superintendent is doing background checks as permitted to him under the law for these people.
Thank you for your interview today. Do you have any other questions?
I do.
Marion Superintendent Chris Dyer says his district's student volunteer program is fine. That's even after high school student Logan McMurran, who took part, was arrested on charges of sexually abusing 3 Starry Elementary kindergartners repeatedly over a period of months during school hours.
It may be a great program, but we just found the biggest flaw that there could be.
This woman we'll call Judy is the mother of one of the alleged victims.
Why is it worth having the program after something like this?
You could make the argument that for any time you have a violation of a law someplace, you're going to take an isolated incident and you're going to not do multiple events, whether they be a volunteer program in a school, whether they be a charitable activity.
It only takes one time not to be isolated. Who's to say it's not going to happen again? And by making that comment does not make it any better.
In the wake of the attacks, the Marion Independent School District School Board adopted new policies to more thoroughly vet volunteers. On December 5th, nearly 3 months after police first launched their investigation into what happened at Starry, they approved a resolution that states in part, quote, the district reserves the right to request information on previous criminal convictions, end quote. But in Iowa, a juvenile's record is sealed under a new law that went into effect over the summer. It's called Senate File 2288, and it passed the Iowa legislature almost unanimously.
When I was a reporter way back, juvenile records were opened, and I think a period of time passed where we saw how damaging that was for children.
Democratic Senator Liz Mathis is one of the 145 legislators who voted for the bill. She's quick to point out under the new law, the public still can find out if a juvenile was convicted of what are called forcible felonies. Sexual abuse is one of those crimes. But crimes like 2nd and 3rd degree burglary or involuntary manslaughter are not. So if they committed any of those crimes and a parent wanted to find out, they can't do it.
So I would recommend that any school that is bringing volunteers into their system, they need to do background checks.
Senate File 2288 does give superintendents like Dyer the ability to uncover a juvenile record, but he concedes, despite the policy adopted, neither he nor any school official are looking into the backgrounds of volunteers under the age of 18. That includes those currently working today in elementary school classrooms.
The procedure dealing with the student volunteers is exercised in high school by a team of teachers and administrators and counselors.
Do they look at their juvenile records? If I'm hearing you correctly, at least so far, they're not looking into that.
I don't think you're posing your question in a direction that allows for a...
Are they looking into their juvenile record? No, they're not.
No.
Okay.
I-9 invited every member of the Marion Independent School District's board to take part in an interview. Some never got back to us, but those that did declined to comment on an active investigation and directed us to the superintendent. I-9 is still working on this case. A few weeks ago, we asked for open records from the district regarding the case. The district's attorney says it is reviewing the request and has promised a response soon. We'll let you know what is in those records as soon as we get them. For now, we're in studio. Josh Scheinblum, KCRG, TV9 News.